A fight over the federal carbon tax is now in front of Canada's highest court. Appeals from 3 provinces are being heard. Alberta, Saskatchewan and Ontario argue the tax is unconstitutional. As Eric Sorensen reports, the case could have implications far beyond the issue of climate change.
It has been a tumultuous political and legal path to the Supreme Court. At stake, provincial versus federal powers. The policy, climate change, one of the great issues of our time.
The time is now to take real action.
5 years ago, the Trudeau government promised, then implemented national pollution pricing to reduce greenhouse gases. But as more conservative premiers came to power, the politics grew contentious.
We will beat the carbon tax, I can assure you of this.
And the legal battles began. 3 provincial challenges and a split decision. The courts of appeal in Saskatchewan and Ontario sided with Ottawa's contention that carbon emissions do not respect provincial boundaries and require a national response. Alberta's High Court concluded the federal law encroaches on provincial powers over natural resources. And now, 9 Supreme Court justices have returned to the courtroom for the first time since the pandemic began to hear historic arguments over the division of powers in this country.
This is a reference that will shape the Federation for a generation.
Provincial lawyers suggested the law gives Ottawa coercive powers over the provinces, and not just on climate change.
There's a risk of provincial non-cooperation. There's no doubt that the provinces acting collectively can regulate every activity within their borders.
Some justices pushed back, suggesting the federal law allows provinces to meet standards set out.
But it seems to me they've left you guys a whole lot of power.
The Government of Canada arguing a national standard is needed to fight climate change.
Pricing across the country is an essential tool.
This case is about whether or not Canada can join the rest of the world in taking joint action to tackle climate change.
But provincial jurisdiction is important for justices to consider.
The balance of federalism between federal and provincial governments is always critical to maintaining a healthy federalism in Canada.
The court will hear from environmental groups and other interveners on Wednesday. A ruling may not come for several months. Eric Sorensen, Global News, Toronto.